Imagine for a second that you have a box. You know that the box is going to change the way that things are done. But what you don't know is if it's going to be for the better or for the worse. Would you open it? Why? As we watch this today, we're going to talk about some inventions in the Industrial Revolution, some of which changed the country for the better, and some of which made it worse. Let's get started. So we're going to start with the cotton gin. The cotton gin was a machine invented by a man named Eli Whitney that would quickly take seeds out of cotton fibers. It cleans the cotton, but because it doesn't plant the cotton, pick the cotton, or harvest it, it actually increases the need for slave labor. So because of the cotton gin, slavery starts to spread everywhere. And it provides cotton for the textile mills in the North. So even though the North says they're against slavery, they are definitely using Southern cotton in the mills. Let's talk about some farming inventions. John Deere's steel plow helped dirt not stick to the blade and enables farmers to plant huge wheat fields quickly and more efficiently, so that creates more food. It also, though, creates a greater demand for land, pushing out Native Americans. The mechanical reaper is an invention that helps cut down wheat more effectively, so that makes it so that you can harvest the wheat. And barbed wire fences helped farmers protect crops and cattle from other people. So again, all of these things are good. They helped increase food, but they harmed Native American land. Let's talk about Eli Whitney again. So Eli Whitney creates something that's less debatable than the cotton gin. It's called interchangeable parts. If something's interchangeable, it's exactly the same. I could take this marker and take the lid off of it and put it on a different marker from the same brand, and it would fit just fine. It's interchangeable. Interchangeable parts are making identical parts that can be put together to make a product. It leads to mass production, which drops prices. It's a lot easier to make 10,000 of something with a machine than to make one thing by hand over and over and over again. So Eli Whitney invented interchangeable parts. Good thing. Check yourself. Who invented interchangeable parts? How do interchangeable parts allow you to create more faster? Let's talk about factories. So Samuel Slater is kind of like a spy. He memorizes the design of a machine that spins cotton from Britain. He sneaks out of the country and comes to the US and starts his own factory. Then the man named Francis Cabot Lowell starts building textile mills. Again, textiles, just things like cloth, in Massachusetts that use the factory machine system. Often, the people that they hire are young women. Young women are cheaper to pay than men, plus a lot of them already had some experience in weaving by hand, so they were quicker to learn the machines. For a lot of girls, this is their first jobs, and it's away from home. So you have all of these women all of a sudden moving from living at home to living on their own in cities, and it's going to start them wanting more rights. All right, check yourself. Who created the factory system, and how does the factory system allow you to make money? Okay, now that we've made all the stuff, we have to get it out of the factory or it doesn't do any good. So people build canals. In the early 1800s, it's easier and cheaper to move people and goods by water than it is to move them over land. So in New York, the government of New York came up with an idea called the Erie Canal. It's a man-made river that collects Lake Erie to New York City. Lake Erie is, I'll see if I can show you. Lake Erie is here. So even though there's the Appalachian Mountains in the way, the canal goes all the way through the mountains, through Albany, and then back down to the Hudson River to New York City. And as a result of this, New York becomes one of America's biggest cities. All right, check yourself. What is the name of the man-made river that connects New York City to Lake Erie? And why was it needed? Let's talk about some other advancements. So in 1807, Robert Fulton invents this steamboat that's powered by a steam engine, which means that it can sail upstream. It can go the other way. The steamboat, along with canals and national road and railroads, made moving goods faster, which resulted in decreased shipping prices. So if you don't have to take as long, then I don't have to pay somebody to go as long with it, and I can sell it to you for cheaper. Then, every teenager's favorite invention has an ancestor called the telegraph, and it is the first major invention that allows for rapid communication. So if you communicate with the telegraph through a series of dots and dashes, and those dots and dashes travel almost instantly over a wire. It's really cool. All right, check yourself. Who invented a more powerful steam engine, and why did the steamboat allow people to ship goods easier? And that's it for today. So think about it. What inventions were good things, like the steamboat and the canals, and what may have had some really negative consequences, like the cotton gin or really even barbed wire? Take a second and think about it today, and have a great day.